Great morning, ATL and the whole wide world. It's your man, Jason Carey, Steph Teller, the Morning Coffee Swig, ATL's #1 podcast style morning show. And we here. We're here. It is New Year's Eve, Old Year's night. Tis the holiday. Great morning, Steph.
Oh, great morning. Great morning.
What is the business? How
It's
we
the
doing?
New
We
Year. It's the new year. Going in.
Hey man, it's our New Year's Eve show. They was wondering what was gonna happen. They didn't know what was gonna happen here. They didn't know if we was gonna do it. But we here, man.
Doing it.
Oh, we here.
With this
Getting
face.
ready for the great run of 21. Great run in 21. Brand new hashtag coming to y'all.
Yes.
So how was your Wow Wednesday? Your Won't It Do It Wednesday? Your
Thirsty
you drinking wine this morning?
8:00 in the morning. Oh, am I the only one? I know I ain't the only one.
Hey, it must be. You must be. Thick.
I can't wait till the second
Sticky
hour
thick
flowers.
Thursday.
We need our second hour. We need our second hour flowers to show up now, because I know they gonna be drinking early. We can't go nowhere. Might as well. Let me see. Yesterday was pretty good for me. It is.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, yesterday was pretty good. I mean, it's getting, kind of like it's becoming the usual to do nothing, and nothing almost seems like something. So I'm being mind manipulated into thinking that my nothing was awesome. Like it was a self-reflection. I had time alone. I got a chance to feel free in my house and do what I want to do. So yeah, and I'm trying to pass this class.
So you got to do
that
something.
I'm still struggling with.
That's all right.
Struggling alone.
Keep pushing. That's what you got to do. You got to keep pushing. You got to keep pushing.
I'm pushing.
Wild Wednesday. Was it a Wild Wednesday?
Was it I
don't know. What was it a Wild Wednesday? It was something I said I was going to share with y'all that I did. Yeah, there's a movie out, Sylvie's Love, that's out on Amazon Prime. I watched it. It's actually a good movie.
That was really one of the things that I was talking about today.
Yeah, well, that's good. Well, I'll let you talk about
MC Light and it's a
good. I don't remember seeing MC Light though. Did I miss it?
There. Yeah.
I saw her name, but I don't remember seeing it. She has a moment in it. I don't know. I don't even remember.
There's a moment. MC Light definitely has.
I gotta go back. But I'll let you talk about it. But it actually was a good joint. So if you're in the house and watch it, fellas too. Go ahead and watch it. It's a good joint. And is
it one of them love movies?
Beautiful.
Is it one of those?
It's interesting. It's interesting that probably let somebody tell you to watch it. You might not watch it. So just go ahead and I tend to watch everything. But
true.
But I sat there and actually watched it.
It gave me Love Jones vibes. So I was like, I don't know. Everybody loves
in the 60s. In the 60s. I was excited because I love 60s music, and it's jazz involved, and I knew the costumes was gonna be right. So those are some of the things that drove me to want to watch it. But good joint. Also, man, just going out here and enjoying, man. You got to get out here and do what you can do. Holiday in the Park still going on. I think for a couple more days at Six Flags. That's just to get out and do something locally. You know what I mean? You got to go out there and do some things and see what you can see. So hey, it's been a pretty good week, man. Blessings to everybody. Despite all the other things that's going on, it's been a pretty good week. But it's Sticky Thick Thursday. What we got going on in the news? What you got for us on our Swig News?
Oh, child. There's a lot going on in the news right now. So, first things first, we definitely got to talk about the coronavirus. And I want to talk about that because right now we're over 300,000 deaths. But by the end of January, we're supposed to be at 429,000 deaths, meaning another 100,000 plus people would die between now and the end of January. Like, are y'all not hearing the projections? Just alone yesterday, total within 24 hours, we had 39,000 people to die from coronavirus. 3,900 people to die. 3,900 people. That is a lot of people dying.
I heard that that's another record for the second day in a row. We hit a record.
Yes. And, you know, even with that, doctors are now pleading, like, help us. We can't help you. We're trying to do everything that we can. So now they're coming up with different ways to, like, okay, this is how we're going to have to do this. Hey, where's your auntie? We're going to have to show your auntie how to treat you from home. Treat you from the car, sitting outside the hospital. Treat you from the parking lot if we have a space for you. So it's almost like we're putting ourselves at risk, and then we're forcing the hospital to do everything that they can to save us, in which all we want to do is get out there and have a good time. I don't think we are taking this thing serious, and we're not understanding that our frontline workers, which are our nurses and doctors, y'all not taking their lives serious. And you're not taking into account the amount of time, energy, effort, and passion that they are putting into saving lives every single day. And that's the nurses as well. At this point, a patient care tech,
I don't know that. What's the answer though?
From room to room is, you know, essential.
You heard me, Steph? What's the answer though now? Because, you know, you go out and about, even going to a store or going to a restaurant or what have you, where they're mandating people to wear a mask to come in, which is great. It's great. You're doing your part. The signs on the door, but then you see the workers and they wearing it on their chin, and people don't got it on their nose. It's like, you the ones trying to push us to do. You set the mandate, and when we come in here, you ain't participating in the mandate. So it's people talking around, they got glass shields. People just reaching their face around the glass to talk. I'm like, bruh, it is all the things that they trying to we're trying to do out in the public. At this point, I feel like it's like anything else. Some people gonna do it, some people not, and I think where it comes back, we go back to self-reflection, where you have to look at it and be like, that's cool that you're not participating, but I am, so I'm not going to be in here. I'm going to go over there. You know what I mean? It's like each person has to protect their own families. My cousin just posted yesterday that he tested positive. You know, he's a young boy. He's pretty, you know, he's strong. I think he'll be fine, but I think looking at his Facebook post as the day went on, it got more real to him that he got positive. First, he's like, man, I ain't worried about it. I'm good. And then the next joint, he's like, man, I ain't worried. You know, I'm not worried about me, but I'm worried about what's going to happen if there's going to be any lingering effects. Then he was like, I'm not worried about it. Now I'm worried about affecting my family. I got kids. And you know what I'm saying? Like, through the day, it kept escalating. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. His stuff kept escalating. So I was like, man, I'm going to call and check on, I got to call and check on him. But yeah, he was, you could see that, I guess it got realer and realer to him mentally, as he thought about it a little bit more. But again, the thing that comes in is like, I ain't think about me. My parents is, and these 60 years old, you know what I'm saying? And I gotta make sure they all right. And so that's the thing. And I think that if people had more compassion and love for each other, that's where people would be at.
Well, so, also, even when we're out, I feel like there needs to be some kind of citation given to companies that fail to adhere to the mandate mask.
Word.
And I'm gonna say yes. And I'm gonna say this.
I was thinking that just yesterday.
You have a choice.
Wow.
You have a choice and you have an option. I'm going to take this job. I'm going to protect the people that I come in contact with, as well as my family, as well as myself. And it's my responsibility to make sure that people feel safe and comfortable with purchasing things from me or a service from me. Either way, if I'm caught without a mask, then the company should be fined. Because if you find the company, then they're going to make sure everybody have a mask. Every time you go in there, they're going to, hey, you know, they're going to be checking. But if you're citating people, personal, then, you know, that can kind of be...
yeah, they just ain't going to show up.
I would say that's neither here nor there. They're not gonna care. They're gonna keep doing it over and over and over. Like that's getting caught shoplifting. It's like, all right, I got caught over there, but I'm gonna go over here. So I feel like if they give out the citations to the business owners, and then after so many certain citations, you are now a direct source of in a violation in man law or something like you're,
and then you gotta
public health
you gotta shut down for a week or something.
Yeah,
you gotta shut down for a week or something. Yeah, that's like anything else though, Steph. I said the same thing. That's about cop killings, anything. If there's no consequences, it's so what? You know, and some people gonna do it. Same thing with cop killings. They're gonna keep happening because there ain't been no real consequences. They be like, all right, well, yeah, I don't really care, so I'm gonna keep, you know, knocking people off. So the same thing what people did, they be like, man, all right, word, y'all want me to do? That's cool. I appreciate the suggestion. That's what happens. They be like, yeah, they take it as a suggestion. Wear my mask. That's what's up. Gotcha. And
like
carry
a seatbelt.
Exactly.
That
got a consequence. That got a consequence. Right. So
we pay a little 35 fine or whatever the fine is, and we will go on by our business. But I say that because but you're right. Most places that you go, the workers do not have the proper. You know what? To be honest with you, I think we have hired 2020 has hired some of the worst customer service representatives, food workers. It grinds my gears. I'm a stickler for customer service because I love to service people. That is a passion of mine. I've always loved to serve people. When they said don't go to the food industry, I said there's a need for me and my bouginess to go into these establishments and say, hey, we speak to everybody the same. We wear our hair, you know, nice and neat. Our fingernail, we ain't doing none of that. We're doing it the way that it's supposed to go. And I always had a standard. As a general manager for years, I always had a standard, and I know I left an impression because sometimes you're not taught certain things at home, or you haven't been in an environment where it was required. So I understood that, but here, this is what we gonna do. So I know if I could do it by myself, and I was young, I'm a natural born leader though. You know, we ain't gonna just do it because it's my way and it's the right way and all that. I'm gonna tell you why this is effective, and if it's not done this way, then these are the consequences. You see what I'm saying? It's a way around everything. But so I say that because, like, for some reason they just started hiring people. I don't know if it's because everybody's unemployed and they really want to be behind the desk typing, but they taking your order and they just don't want to be there. Go ahead. That's I'm for the life of me, I don't want to ever hear that again. Go ahead.
I went to a place. I pulled up at the drive-thru, and Shorty was like, "What she say?" She said, what's up?" She said it was some kind of. It was like that. I was like, "You at the crib, Shorty?" That's right. I said, "Man, for real good. We at the crib. That's what we doing, yo." Oh my god.
God. I can't stand it.
That is out of the window.
Go ahead.
What I hate. The other one I hate is these kids. Y'all kids is trifling. I'm gonna tell you right now. Y'all little kids are working there. It's your children. Y'all raise these kids like this. When you walk up to the register, they just like this. They just looking at you. I'm like, right. You gonna greet me? You
ready?
You ready? Yeah. It's like I don't know what this exchange. It's a conversation, and you gotta start it. What's happening?
It's zero etiquette and manners. Like manners would say greet someone if you see eye contact. If I see eye contact, if me and you make eye contact, I need to say something. Especially if I'm a worker, I need to say hi. I need to acknowledge your presence.
You know why?
Because you're obviously here.
Because y'all mamas ain't send y'all back upstairs when you came downstairs or came in the room and didn't say good morning and didn't say hello, didn't greet somebody. That's what my mama did. Hey, you left your manners in the room. Going back up there. Go back, try again. That's what need to happen.
I come back in the room. Hey, mama. Oh, okay. What's up?
Yeah. You done messed up. Carry on.
Even raised in that manner. But so yeah, the manners and the etiquette. Etiquette is everything. Being, having a certain etiquette when you're out in the public. You need to know what you can do at home and what you cannot do in the public. What will be considered okay at home is not okay in public. So also with the coronavirus, like I told you, it is at 3,900 people passed away on yesterday. Please keep families in your prayers that are dealing with this. This death toll is rising. It's rising, and there's nothing that we could do about it right now. California has confirmed the second case of the new coronavirus variant, right? And this has nothing to do with Colorado, Sky. Like, they have no connection. Neither one of them have been running around. Neither one of them has did any traveling. Like, they're doing their normal routines, staying home, trying to quarantine, and then they end up with the new variant. So, which tells us that it was already here. See, this makes a year. Today, the 31st, makes one full year that we have known about the coronavirus in itself. So, this new variant that's said to be more deadly. Listen, I don't think nothing is more deadly than the one we're dealing with now. Everybody say, oh, well, people are still dying from the flu. Yes, they're still dying from the flu. But now we have COVID on top of the flu. And guess what? You can have both at the same time. And I promise you, neither one of them is working in your favor. And then on top of that, now we have another one. But the New Year's party must go on, I guess. And the Nashville bomber, listen.
Hold on, you said the New Year's party must go on. Speaking of that,
the New Year's party must go on.
According to CNN, New Year's, what they say? They said COVID-19's dream is a New Year's party.
Yes.
that's what, according to CNN. That was a headline. New Year's Eve parties are a COVID-19 dream.
Wow.
And there's a whole story about how they can be especially dangerous. That story will be up on the Morning Coffee Swig page. Carry on.
All right, so that one right there is going to be extremely important for those of you that are deciding to get out tonight, which is, I don't have a problem with it. But what I am saying is be very careful about it. So many things we got to discuss. Of course, I told you guys about the musician, what's going on in Nashville. I'll get all of that information to you during our Chop Swig. So keep it locked right here, Morning Coffee Swig.
If you're ready to kiss this year goodbye, let me hear you make some noise.
IDNX Radio wishes you a Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's.
Soldier Boy Dre. Oh, we made it. Turn me up just a little bit in the headphone. Worldwide. International. We made it. Hey. We made it. We made it. Hey. Damn, we made it. We made it. Hey. We made it. Hey. We made it. Hey. We made it. Yeah. She said she working for Walgreens, but not in the store at the head office. The hair was so good, it makes sense why you work at the head office. In 2007, I sat in the lobby of Motown and waited. Now I walk into the building and go off like, we made it. When I walk through these halls, man, this beat should be playing. I just came to make sure you not missing no payments. Not turn this shit down while I issue my statement. It needed a moment of silence. We made it. You fly out your lady, I fly out my latest. Can't front on the kid anymore, man, they know what my name is. And if by chance she don't know who I am, she just know that I'm famous. I'ma just hand her a business card and say, we made it. And she gotta come through the hotel and pop it off for me. Then she go text her best friend like, girl, he got some good money. Her friend hit her back like, I know that already, that amazing. Then I sent a message to both of their asses like, we made it.
Kind of makes me wonder why the hell so many people are trying to tell me to slow down. Seems like I should be shutting the hell up and enjoying the show.
Hey, we made it. that they with me, just know that they with it and bout it. If I said it, I meant it, there's no way around it. OVO reps up and P Rain is next up while she wait go crazy. When Baka came home for the holidays, I was like, we made it. And all of those lawyer fees, I paid it. My family get all of my loyalty, all of my patience. My life for your life, man, I wouldn't trade it. I would just look at you dead in your face and say, we made it. I swear that we made it. Sell off the thing, I'm a king of Jamaica. But I've been on that wave, that's why this shit I tell ya, I don't need no favors.
Damn, Soulja Boy, stun on them haters.
And my resolution for New Year's is we made it. You don't know how long I waited. I could have been waiting on tables. My karma's amazing. I'm out in the Caymans. Rented a 12-bedroom house just to sleep all the women we came with. That's ignorant, ain't it? Sometimes I question myself when I think about the pictures I painted. Then I pick up my brush and I sign at the bottom like we made it.
Hey, we made it. We made it. Hey, damn, we made it. I remember standing in the hood, telling my partner and my mama, everything gonna be all good. We made it. Damn, I'm up in Las Vegas. Damn, I never was supposed to have. Now my life is lavish. Every night a bad. We made it. Copping a Lambo cab. The Bentley 2 times I crashed. We made it. Look at them faces. They hate it. I look in the faces. We made it. Soulja Boy, stun on them haters. In these days, I don't need no favors. Hey, we made it. You already know, man. Phone call back to the old hood, see what's going on. We made it.
Ninja, we made it, man. That's a perfect New Year song. Usually, just about every New Year, that's probably a good New Year song. Ninja, we made it, and some people can feel like that at the end of this thing. We made it. All the despair that you had, thinking like, oh man, I might not make it. Well, here is proof that you will and have. Pardon me. Oh my God. I made it. No Rona. That sneezes. I was trying to fight that thing. But anyway, every day I'm going to give you guys we talk for a living, we speak for a living, and for that reason I like to help you expand your conversation and your word usage. Hey man, you in the house more often, or you're in close proximity with people more often, you got to become a better conversationalist anyway. Here we go. Here's a good way to do that. I'm going to give you a word of the day. Your last word of the year. Man, I don't know how many of y'all actually write down or have written down these words or started to use these words. I hope you have. I tend to do that. I should have counted down like the best words this year. We had some crazy ones. But anyway, today's word is a noun, and it is contestation. Contestation. That is a word that you don't see too often. Root word contest. Let's see what it means. It's perfect for now. Controversy, debate. I don't see those words being the same thing, but controversy and debate. Those are very simple definition. That's all it says. Controversy, comma, debate. That's all it says. The Latin phrase litem contestare can be translated as to join issue in a legal suit, which in layperson's terms means to reach the point in a lawsuit when it's clear to the parties involved what the exact nature of the dispute is. So contestation, man, here, and I guess, like it says, to contest is the root word there. Not contest, but to contest. The book examines how political contestation has changed in recent decades. But the First World War took a heavy toll on Britain. The war also gave rise to constatations of British rule in countries such as India and Iraq. Again, contestation. There's a word that I didn't know existed. I've never had to use it. Controversy. The root word contest again. We want you to don't contest that I'm giving you these words. Don't contest that I'm the wordsmith round this beach. Enough of that. Brought to you by JasonCarey.com, JasonCarey.net. I mean JasonCarey.net, where you can get some of this fly JasonCarey.net gear. Go out there and check the website and see what you see. Get you something, t-shirts, sweatshirt, Great Morning t-shirts, all of that. Those are available online now. Listen, we want to motivate you guys to use these words in your everyday language. Speaks of motivation. Let's get motivated, Steph.
Morning, family and friends. I know many of you are looking for that morning motivational starter pack to get you up, prepared, and ready to take on this day. Well, as I tell you guys each and every day, there's a hero that lives inside of you. Someone who's special, someone who wants you to do something great with your life, someone who wants you to do creative work, someone who wants you to be the change in the world that you wish to see today, and that you can never be too distracted that you forget who you truly are, because the only person that's stopping you from living your best and most greatest life is who? You.
Because the only person that's stopping you from living your best and most greatest life is who? You. So we've been talking about growth, determination for these last couple of days. And we're going into a whole new year. A whole new year. We have carried you guys a whole year. We've talked about everything from self-awareness, growth, cutting people out of your life that no longer serves a purpose, cutting old habits, deleting things from your past that haunt you because you keep thinking about them and you can't get past them. We've talked about healing. We've talked about moving forward. We've talked about becoming the person that you are meant to become, regardless of what. Regardless of any obstacle. 2020 have taught us so much. We've overcome a lot. We've learned a lot. And we're still learning. We're taking the time now to say, okay, I'm taking inventory on where I am in my life, the environment, the people, the things I am digesting, whether I'm looking at it, reading it online, the books that I'm reading, the phone calls that I'm taking, the people that I'm cackling with, like all of that is an inventory. When you take an inventory, you take you take those things into account too. That's part of your stock. And we're inserting it into our lives. So we've talked about all of that. But I want to make sure today that I just, reaffirm some things for you. When you wake up in the morning, don't just wake up and think about becoming a better person. And don't just listen to us and wish you become a better person. Do the work. Do the work. Do what you need to do in order for you to become that person. Don't just wake up and think about being that person. If you do the work, you can wake up and be that person. So we talk about failure too. We talked about failure too, as well. And when we talk about failure, I've always told you guys, fail your way to success. If you look at any successful person doing what it is that you want to do in life, whatever industry it is, whether it's entrepreneurship, whether it's the CEO or vice president, whether it's the head of the company, or whether it's a person that went in franchise, it doesn't matter what industry. If you look at their lives, they've failed many times. A lot of people don't discuss them and talk about them, and that's not on the forefront to tell someone to motivate them, because it sounds negative sometimes. But if that's what you need to hear in order for you to feel like, okay, I got this. Everybody had to start from somewhere like this. How can I get to the next level? If you have that mindset, refocus in that mindset to say, okay, I know that I have to crawl before I walk. I have to start and build this thing from the ground up. I got to get it out the mud. If you have that mentality and that's your mindset, guess what? Going into 2021, make sure you rest in that energy. Manifest that right there. That I had to start somewhere, but I'm not going to stay here. I'm going up. Everything that I do from now is up. I'm going to continue to elevate and push myself. If I fail, so what? I'm going to keep going because I'm supposed to fail. Everything that I fail at, I'm supposed to fail. But what I'm supposed to do is I'm supposed to take little bits and little nuggets and watch the steps and the journey that I'm taking. So if I fail, I know what I don't need to do next time. Next time, I'm going to do this thing different. I'm not going to do this, and this. Because had I not done that last time, then I would have been able to get to where I needed to be without any, maybe a couple of hiccups, but not as bad. I wouldn't have felt as hard. That victory is based on your determination. When you're climbing to get to a victory, it's based on your level of determination. Don't let fear decide. And we talked about fear this year. Don't let fear decide where your determination takes you. Fear and faith do not live in the same place. It cannot reside in the same place, period. It ain't no way you can make me believe it. It doesn't even sound right. And if you looked up the definitions between the both of them, they don't go together. It don't go together. So we're not gonna force that. We're not gonna force your fears and have faith at the same time. You can't feed the fears. I'm sorry. You gotta let those fears go. You gotta refuse to give up, y'all. We're going into 2021, but guess what? We made it through 2020. We made it. Like if you woke up and you had a chance to open your two gifts, which is your two eyes, you made it. Half of your victory is already won just by even still being here. We know many people that are in our immediate circles or in our families or in our friends' family that did not make it. They didn't have the opportunity to get up and do this thing again. Your playground is still, people still playing on the playground when you go outside. Create your own logic. Be determined about life. Be vibrant. Be relentless about life. Because you are an essential worker and you need to believe that. Something about you is essential. The world needs you. You are obviously essential some kind of way. You're essential. You're supposed to be here. But it starts in your mind. It starts in your mindset. And the most common thing we do is we rely on the fear and we rely on the advice of others. And sometimes they can talk you out of something and feed the fear. And then now you stuck. You stuck right where you're supposed to be with them. Let them tell it or let you tell it. No. Try something different. If you've been talking to people and they talk you out of things versus trying to brainstorm with you on how to make it happen, then guess what? You need to change circles. Don't go into 2020 explaining why you need to change your circle. Don't go into 2020 explaining why you want to be better. Don't go into 2020 trying to prove to people that you're great. No, prove that to yourself. Let you be the first person that you can prove that to before you go. If you're proving it to other people, prove it to you first, because it means a lot more if it's to you. Because once you know that you become better, you believe it, other people believe it too. Be your own motivation. We talked about motivation, and this is more a motivational starter pack. But guess what? Your motivation determines on whether or not you can keep it going. Because you can hear me all day, but that doesn't mean that you're going to apply it into your life. That doesn't mean that you're actually listening to what I'm saying. Because guess what? Everything that I say is not for everybody. You're supposed to hear it when you're supposed to hear it. Sometimes when you hear it, it doesn't resonate, or you can't relate to it until like later. And that's fine too, but make sure you're sponging up the information. That's your effort. That's how you motivate yourself. Okay, I heard this. This sounded good to me. Let me write this down. Better yet, let me just, look it up. Or, you can go and find you some mentors. We talked about how important it is to have mentors and people around you that motivate you to do certain things. These are self things. You have to do this yourself. I can't point you in the direction of a person that can mentor you, because they may not have the things that you need that will help you. My motivational speakers are men. My mentors are men and a couple of women, but mostly men as well, because I like that father figure. I like that I don't know, I just like the assertiveness in the voice. I need somebody to tell me like and I'm okay with that, and you can criticize me and I'm okay with that too, because maybe I am or maybe I am not. Either way, you're speaking to something in or around or about something that I'm doing, will do, or have done. And so I receive it. And receiving is another thing that we talked about this year, is receiving information from people. Sometimes it's not the message, but it's not the messenger, but it's the message. Did you get the message? Hey, you might not like Steph. You might look on here looking for Jason every day. That's fine. But are you listening to the messages? You hearing the message? You getting the message? Okay. Just want to be clear about one thing there. Are you getting the message? And that's very important. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not forcing things on anybody. This is all self-determination, self-satisfaction, self-motivation, self-perseverance. That's what we do here on Morning Coffee Swig. So if you've been rocking with us all year, you will find your way, find different avenues to look up, to find different avenues to choose from, to say, okay, I need to work on this, I need to work on that, I need to work on this, because I had to attack these problems. And I'm going to attack them with determination. So we're still talking about determination. I just want to make sure that I'm incorporating everything that we've discussed over the years. Over this year. Because if you go through your day with determination, then you can go to bed with satisfaction. And that's your morning motivational starter pack from your girl Steph, this ending of the year. Like, y'all don't know, we're going into 2021. I'm so happy. I'm happy that I'm able to go into 2021 with my family. Yes, boom, 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 boom. I'm so happy that, I've been able to pour into you guys, and you guys to pour into me. Like, I'm so happy about that. I will continue to push. I will continue to make sure that I am a force to be reckoned with, that I am more powerful than I think I am, by making sure that I'm looking inward and giving that outward, because I do it for me. It's not for y'all per se. It's for me. If you get any of this good glory, then God done blessed you to come across my path. So if you wake up with determination, you go to bed satisfied. J-Boy, you got anything you want to add to this morning motivational starter pack this year?
You just say, if you wake up, say that saying again? That sounds like a t-shirt. Say it again.
It is. Wake up with determination and go to bed with satisfaction.
With satisfaction. Hey, that's not a bad one to put down, man.
Better than great. Even came from motivational starter pack.
I mean, there were some sayings this year. There were tons of things that we say or have said that people will say back to you, which is awesome. And I pray that continues, and this platform continues to grow, and appreciate everybody that's doing that for us, that's helping us do that. And take these, as Steph said, are you getting the message? Take these morning motivational starter packs, take all of these the edges, and take it all and apply it. Reflect if it applies to your life. I hope you guys are enjoying what we're doing. So yes. That's your morning motivational starter pack. I don't like to step on it. She says enough. She give you 8 minutes of love every day, so I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and have that.
All right,
To all my dreamers that still believe in dream the way that I believe in dreams, continue to chase your dreams, and chase your dreams until you get tired. And when you get tired of chasing your dreams, you chase them some more, and some more. And if you're scared to do it anyway.
Let's go.
Yeah. It's time for ATL weather and other random shit.
And other random thick. I like it thick. Speaking of thick, great morning, ATL. Happy thick Thursday. Thick Thursday. Thotty Thursday. And will it be a Thotty Thursday for you today? A throwback Thursday. It's a good day to reflect. Look at some old pictures. Throw it back and make some phone calls to some people that you were supposed to. Call a friend day was this week. Did you do it? Anyway, it's also National Champagne Day today. National Champagne Day. I'll give you a fun fact about that in a little bit. Currently 47 degrees and foggy. Feels like 45. Not bad, but be careful out there. The fog is thick. I told you it's thick Thursday. The fog is thick out there. Kind of like the outlook for 2021 for many of these people out here. It's thick. It's just foggy. We don't know. We can't see. Visibility isn't great. It's going to warm up as the day goes on, but the sun will not show. So don't be looking for it. That's why I wore my sunshine today, because I'm gonna have to be the sunshine. Ain't no sunshine today. I am the sunshine. Won't be a pump fake like yesterday though. Yesterday was a pump fake of epic proportions of overcast all day. This overcast is gonna bust a great day. 90% chance of rain. Just the time for them New Year's dresses and shoes. About 10 o'clock tonight, it's gonna start raining. So happy wet New Year, ATL. Happy wet New Year, and that could have various meanings. It's going to rain for the next 2 days as well as you go New Year shopping and taking down these decorations. It's going to be raining for the next couple of days, so enjoy that on through Saturday. I think Sunday the sun will come out, but that's a weekend forecast for you guys. Now, in honor of the holiday season coming to a close, and also for Thicky Thick Thursday, a random city comes from Eggnog, Utah, y'all. Eggnog, Utah. Man, oh man, the phrase "I'm not an eggnog fan" has new meaning for the residents of Eggnog, Utah. They are all saying, watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. Every time you say, I ain't a fan of eggnog, watch your mouth. They be ready to cut you. I'm trying to tell you. Currently 17 degrees. That's 17 degrees. That's right. Can't even smoke. The sun not quite up yet, and it's not going to come out much today. Overcast on New Year's Eve in Eggnog. The temperature will climb a bit. Not much. A bit. Expect a high of 35 degrees today with no sun. I told you I had to be the sunshine. Eggnog, Utah, not getting it either. Thick fall, no sun, a bunch of clouds. So put some liquor in your eggnog and enjoy. Happy New Year, eggnog. And that is your very last of the year. ATL and random weather report created and brought to you by the Morning Coffee Swig. So if you hear it anywhere else, if you see it anywhere else, if you hear people whisper this just a little bit, just know they copied that shit. I'm going to give you guys what I got. I had some New Year's fun facts. Again, I'm making you a conversationalist, and maybe you're going to be indoors playing spades or something. So maybe you need something to add to your conversation. The first New Year celebration dates back 4,000 years, y'all. 4,000 years. Julius Caesar, the emperor of Rome, was the first to declare January 1st a national holiday. He named the month after Janus, the Roman god of doors and gates. Janus had two faces, one looking forward, one looking back. Caesar felt that a month named after this god would be fitting. So that's why it's called January. So anybody that's naming your kids January, which I know somebody named January, that's what's popping. The two-faced god. Y'all thought it was only Gemini. I think Gemini got two heads. Is that right? I don't know. I got dry, so I hope we still right.
Yes, it does. Gemini has two heads.
Oh, it's two heads. 45% of Americans make New Year's resolutions. I am not part of that number. Do not believe in it. But hey, 45%. It says 25% of them give up on their resolutions by the second week of January. So don't be part of that. Also, many people ring in the new year by popping open a bottle of champagne. I told you it's Champagne Day. Americans drink close to 360 million glasses of sparkling wine during this time. The bubbly stuff dates back to the 17th century when the cork was invented. So there you go. You got another one for you to remember. And I think there was one more. Very important, as you just stated. Make sure to be surrounded by family or loved ones on New Year's Eve. The first person you come across in New Year could set the tone for the next 12 months. So there you go. You guys, those are some fun facts about New Year's. This is our New Year's show. Take this. This is our New Year's Eve show. Let me say it that way. Our New Year's Eve show. Because all y'all that's gonna call somebody or text somebody, I tell you this every year. I'll give it to you another fun fact. It's not Happy New Year's. It's not New Year's. Do not say Happy New Year's to nobody for the next couple of days, because I know y'all gonna be saying that. Happy New Year's. The apostrophe S. New Year's Eve. That's the only time you're saying it. If you don't finish it with something else, New Year's is incorrect. Not a fun fact. It's just real. It's a fact. I don't even know a fun fact. It's a fact.
It's not comfortable.
Stop doing it. Stop saying it. It's not real.
It's not comfortable.
Happy New Year. It's a new year. It's one new year. It ain't two New Years. It ain't 5 years.
Because
Happy New Year's. You telling me happy multiple dates? It's 1 year.
Yeah, we have to say Happy New Year's.
No, S is plural, or apostrophe S is possession.
Calm down.
Neither one.
I'm just advocating.
New
I
Year.
always mess up the words. That's just the only one I don't mess up.
You want to ruffle my feathers and get my goose. I'll be ready to punch people in the face. Don't you say that. Don't say that to me.
Just happy with the S.
Same, yes. The S's. Kill you with the S. Slap. And because y'all the same
I
people.
think it's because it sounds more like a
Merry Christmas. Some of this y'all that text Merry Christmas MARRY. Y'all the same people. I give y'all a word a day for a reason, and I always spell it. And this is a reason.
Did you say what? MARR?
Yes.
Man, like I'm going to marry you.
Yes. People send that out regularly in capital letters. Yes. No. Don't
A, but you know what? The A and the E are so close.
Where?
Never mind.
on the keyboard, on the QWERTY keyboard.
Yeah.
Kinda. They're separated by one key in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. Don't say New Year's.
Jeez.
That's a part of the edge. They ain't the edge today, but that's an edge junior. That's what I just gave y'all, edge junior. Take a break. We'll be back. You know what it is. I want to call me Swig.
Merry New Year.
Powered by IBNXRadioNetwork.com.
Check it out.
Next 100.
Let's get it started in here.
And the bass keeps running and running and running and running and running and in this context, there's no disrespect. So when I bust my rhyme, you break your necks. We got 5 minutes for us to disconnect from all intellect and let the rhythm affect. To lose the inhibition, follow your intuition, free your inner soul and break away from tradition. Cause when we be out, girl, it's pulling me out. You wouldn't believe how we wow. We burn it till it's burned out, turn it till it's turned out. Act up from northwest, east side. Everybody, let's get into it. Get stoked, get it started, get it started, get it started. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Yeah. Lose control of body and soul. Don't move too fast, people, just take it slow. Don't get ahead, just jump into it. Y'all hear about it? The P's will do it. Get started, get stupid. Don't worry about it, people will walk you through it step by step like an infant new kid. Inch by inch with a new solution. Transmit hits with no delusion. The feeling's irresistible and that's how we move it. Yo. Everybody, let's get into it. Get stoked, get it started, get it started, get it started. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Yeah. Keep running and running. Come on, y'all. Let's get it. Let's get it. And while I get it. Let's get it. And while I get it. Let's get it.
Let's get ill, that's the deal. Applicator will bring the bugged out drills. Lose your mind, this is the time. You can't stand still, twist and bang your spine. Just bob your head like me, Apple D. Up inside your club or in your Bentley. Get messy, loud and sick. Your mind fast, no more on another head trip. So come them now, do not correct it. Let's get ignorant, let's get hectic.
Everybody, let's get into it. Get stoked, get it started, get it started, get it started. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started.
Atlanta's home for hip hop and R&B. ATL's Next 100.
Number one for hip hop and R&B. You know what I'm saying? All day, all night. Yo, wake up, yeah! Don't make me tell you twice.
Jason Carey, Steph Tiller, Morning Coffee Swig, every morning, 8 to 10, right here on ATL Next 100.
Happy New Year, check it out.
IBNX Radio wishes you a Happy New Year.
Happy New Year!
You're listening to the Morning Coffee Swig with Jason Carey and Steph Tiller here on ATL Next 100.
What's poppin', family? It's your homegirl, Terrence Simone.
Latoria G.
And Miss Caprice.
We're here to tell you about our hot new show, Next Now, Weekend Edition.
With segments like Giving You the Business and Whoop Child.
Tune in every Saturday and Sundays, 10 to 12 on Atlanta's Next 100.
Right here on IBNX Radio Network.
Our community, our station.
Tell me what you really like. Baby, I can take my time. We don't ever have to fight. Just take it step by step. I can see it in your eyes, 'cause they never tell me lies. I can feel that body shake and the heat between. You've been scared of love and what it did to you. You don't have to run, I know what you've been through. Just a simple touch and it can set you free. We don't have to rush when you're alone with me. I feel it coming, I feel it coming, babe. I feel it coming, I feel it coming, babe. I feel it coming, I feel it coming, babe. I feel it coming, I feel it coming, babe. You are not the single type, so baby, this the perfect time. I'm just trying to get you high, faded off this touch. You don't need a lonely night, so baby, I can make it right. You just gotta let me try to give you what you want. You've been scared of love and what it did to you. You don't have to run, I know what you've been through. Just a simple touch and it can set you free. We don't have to rush when you're alone with me. I feel it coming, I feel it coming, babe. I feel it coming, I feel it coming, babe. I feel it coming, I feel it coming, babe. I feel it coming, I feel it coming, babe. I feel it coming, I feel it coming, babe. I feel it coming, I feel it coming, babe. I feel it coming, I feel it coming, babe. I feel it coming, I feel it coming, babe. You've been scared of love and what it did to you. You don't have to run, I know what you've been through. Just a simple touch and it can set you free. We don't have to rush when you're alone with me. I feel it coming, I feel it coming, babe. I feel it coming, I feel it coming, babe. I know what you feel right, feel it coming. I feel it coming, I feel it coming, I feel it coming, baby. I feel it coming, I feel it coming, babe. I know what you say right, feel it.
I feel it coming, baby. That song can be taken all sorts of ways. I feel it coming. It's the New Year's. You feel it? It's the New Year coming. Do you feel it coming? Do you feel the New Year on its way? Can't stop the train. This coming. This playlist today has been, shout out to Johnny Weirdo. He is one curating this playlist, but they're all, these songs are songs that can be played when the ball drop. It's a good New Year playlist if you want to go back and play these songs back. That's the reason for these particular records, man. Great job. I challenged him with curating that type of playlist, and he has come through today. So I hope you guys are enjoying that. Every day I'm telling you something that's on my mind, something I'm feeling, something I'm thinking, something I may have experienced, and it's what has me on the edge. New Year's edition. Let's get into it. New Year's Eve edition. So if today's age, the word is perspective. If 2020 has taught us anything, something that I try to have is perspective very often. And sometimes it makes me a little rigid, I think, sometimes, because it's like it's too based in like this logic or reality. There's not a lot of emotion in it. But perspective, I think, is important because I think perspective can help you weather some of the storms you're going to experience, some of the challenges you may have. And if you're watching and it's a little laggy today, I don't know what that is about right now, but just stick with me, bear with us. We'll get it together. But perspective on what is important. What is, we have spent so much time up to 2020 probably worried about the most minuscule things, or the things that are seemingly now didn't matter. And I think getting some perspective on the big picture, I've talked about that, getting perspective on those things is important. And I hope as we reflect tonight, not you, as we all reflect, have some perspective. Like tonight, aka tomorrow, is not a magical day. That's why I say we talked about resolution. I don't really like the resolution. 45% of Americans make resolutions. 25% are done in 2 weeks after, because you don't really have a perspective. We talk about every day is a new day on this show all the time. We talk about how exciting Mondays are. It's a new week. And again, that's creating a perspective of creating your own outlook of what motivates you. Now, granted, if that's what you need to be motivated, that this is a magical day when the clock strikes 12 tonight, that's what you need, I ain't gonna take that from you. Whatever, man. People motivate themselves in stranger ways. So I won't take that from you. But I'm saying have some perspective, because people take this day to mean if you're not in the place that you want to be, or things aren't going how you want, there's the other side of the coin, and that's despair. As people have suicidal thoughts, and people are like, man, I'm a failure, and things of that nature. I mean, give some perspective, because what is success? What is the failure? It's funny, I was listening to talk radio yesterday, and they were talking about the different definitions of success and how it changes may change from person to person. Like, depends on what situation you are in. Like, if you've been here before, getting back to the same place you've been to before is not a success to you, because this is where you always get to. For another person who's never seen that spot, they're a great success. So you can't look down on them because they're celebrating their success, because that's what it's defined. That's how it's defined for them. That's another perspective thing. Define success. That's one of the questions we always ask our clients once they bring us on for whatever it is, be it a gig or a marketing client or whatever. We ask them to define, what does success look like in this role? What is success for this event? What does success look like to you? Is it you want 300, 500 people in here? Do you want the bar to sell out? Do you want more customers? What is success? How do you define success? Again, that goes back to the main word here, is perspective. I want us all to find some perspective for the year, not just for tonight, not just for next year. I think just in general, we all got to find some perspective for ourselves. And because I beat myself up about things sometimes, and I got to be like, man, I'm not doing anything, or I haven't done enough, or I haven't reached the space that I want to reach. And I got to have some perspective and be like, all right, well, here are the different variables. And where were you to where are you now? And things, you got to look at the perspective, have some perspective. It's something that my pops used to tell me all the time, and something I try to stick to my entire life. And I just want to share that with you guys. And that's what has me on the edge. Perspective. Yeah. It's pretty good.
I like that.
I'm gonna leave it at that.
I like that. I like that perspective, and I think we talked about it on the show a few times. That, you know, when we do the morning motivation starter pack, that every level of success, whatever success means to you, that is what it means to you. It's not going to mean the same to someone else. So yes, I think you are absolutely correct on that.
Perspective, man, that's a big thing. If guys write that down, put that word up. If you one of those people who write sticky notes or write notes to yourself or draw in the mirror, whatever it is that you do, you need affirmations around the house. Perspective is one of those words I think you should put out there and keep it, because that'll ground you, because things aren't ever as bad as they seem, and they're not always as great as they seem. You know, if you have some perspective, you'll temper your celebrations. People celebrate the wrong thing. Like, if you have some perspective, you wouldn't be celebrating that like that, right? You know, so so on this new year, have some perspective. Speaking of perspective, your outlook, your perspective of what is fun and what's great to do changes from time to time and from city to city. And for that reason, we'd like to give you guys a word of the day. So, not word of the day, I'll give you a local swig. So let's get into that. What do you got for me today?
All right, y'all. So today's local swig is going to be brought to you by Leon.
Such a great lead-in, ruined. Go ahead. It's such a great lead in. I ruined it. Go ahead.
Leon's full service. New Year's Eve pre-orders available, and you can do that online. You could also do they have limited seating for dine-in hours, and they will be open for New Year's. Make sure you guys are social distancing. This atmosphere has great food, drinks, and you know, they have a way of making their guests feel welcomed and comfortable. So you might want to check them out. They are, let's see, located on Ponce de Leon. Let me make sure that's Ponce. Did I butcher that? I hope not. No, it is Ponce de Leon, 131 Ponce de Leon, Decatur, Georgia. It's the corner of Church and Ponce. So yeah, if you're from Atlanta, it's on the corner of Church and Ponce. For those of you that are not, 131 East Ponce de Leon Avenue, Decatur, Georgia. That's Decatur, Georgia, 404-687-0500. 404-687-0500. And they will be open. So listen, check them out, y'all. They got extravagant food. They got all the food that you can. They got a New Year's extravaganza going on. That's what I'm saying. A New Year's extravaganza. They
extravagant. I like it. Good word.
Extravaganza. Yeah, it's going to be some extravagant things going on. So they say, let's be real. You need a night to celebrate the end of 2020. It may be our usual bash, but we hope this makes a FOMO. It makes the FOMO a little easier for you. And so they have these different pairings and a special list of rare spirits for you guys that you can take home. So you can take home and set it up at home.
For those that don't know what FOMO means, the fear of missing out. Those that don't know what FOMO means, that's fear of missing out.
YOLO FOMO, y'all better get it together.
Yeah. Yeah, people just
they
say things, acronyms, they don't understand. Carry on.
Yeah, FOMO. I wasn't going to say FOMO, but I will say, well, no, I say YOLO. Yeah. But anyway, so check them out, y'all. This is Leon's full service. So check them out. It's got that car kind of feel. You remember back in the day, if you would go to like a restaurant or something like that, it looks like it's made out of old car parts. That it has that kind of feel, but yet and it has like mechanics look. The outfits that they wear are mechanics. So if you get a drink made, it's going to be by a guy wearing a full service mechanic outfit. So that's why it's called Leon's Full Service. So it's a full service eatery, not a full service mechanic shop, but everybody's wearing it. So check them out, y'all. They got some French fries with an egg on top. Y'all, they got all kind of stuff over here. You can try them out. It's New Year's Eve. They are open. Try them out. It's an extravaganza going on.
All right, man. Yeah, this is a perfect time, man. Again, we tell you to celebrate and enjoy your local environment. There are a bunch of little small restaurants that bring delivery that will deliver your food or will cater your New Year event in your own home tonight. So, hey, try something new. Cook something different tonight. How about that? Just cook something for those that's not going anywhere. Turn the music up. Cook something new. Try it. There's a bunch of things, but a bunch of ways you can participate tonight. So moving on. First hours. Welcome our second hour flowers. I see y'all that have tuned in. I appreciate you guys that tune in the second hour. First hour, we always give you our swig of news. In the second hour, give you our top stories. We call it our top swig. So what you have for me today, Steph?
We kind of got hung up on our top swigs on our swigs last time. But listen, coronavirus is still going up. We got
caught up on Corona last time.
Coronavirus, we're going to breathe
give y'all a little bit, we're going to move on. Yeah,
we ain't going to go into detail. We've already went into detail. But coronavirus right now, the death toll is rising. As of yesterday, we had 3,900 people to die from coronavirus on yesterday. By the end of January, we are expected that 100,000 plus more will die due to this virus and due to the holiday traveling and the carelessness that some of us are displaying when we are out in public. California has the second confirmed case for the new coronavirus variant. There's no relation to the Colorado man that have it. So we're trying to figure out, when did it get to the USA, how long it's been to the US, and So Arkansas Department of Corrections are also on lockdown. 200 plus staff members are infected with the coronavirus. All of them tested positive. This is the thing with that. Most people that are in jail, some of them are not in there for, the reasons that we may think, the most heinous things that we may think. Some of them are wrongful accusings and many other things. At the end of the day, they're still human and they're still part of this world as well. And a lot of them have the coronavirus. Last month, I told you about, a video being shot where they were just moving inmate bodies, just moving them over like we was at world, like it was between World War, coronavirus, and the world. And that's exactly what was going on. They were moving hundreds of bodies, just, no way to bury them or no family to come and get them or to be there near them. It's a very sad thing. So if you do have loved ones down the road, at least send them a postcard or something, check on them, see how they are doing, because it doesn't look like they are doing too well. Nashville bombing. Let's get right into that one. Nashville bomber. So, police failed in Nashville. And I'm going to just say it. In Tennessee, they failed. Now, granted, the chief of police is coming out and he is, speaking up for his staff members, saying basically, for his other officers, saying that, we did everything that we were supposed to do. However, the news came out that his girlfriend, his longtime girlfriend, had called the police and alerted them a year ago, back in August, and told them, hey, y'all need to come over here. He's building bombs. He's building bombs and back there in an RV. And she told them everything, gave them the whole entire rundown, told them that, he had become paranoid over time and that things were progressively getting worse. And they knocked on the door. He did not answer the door. They saw the RV, did not check the RV, did not do a follow-up. And this is where we are as far as this bombing goes. My whole thing is sometimes a lot of these things could be, avoided if there was a follow-up. Follow-ups are very important because people put it on the first time. The second time it's kind of, you start to feel a little iffy, or you get a gut feeling, or something like that. So for between police officers and social workers, I think the follow-up is very crucial, and we need to have more of that. A landslide happened in Norway where 10 people were injured, and more than 20 went missing. So listen, in Norway, the earth just split, right? And then houses just start falling into the earth. 10 people are injured and more than 20 people are missing. The thing is, the rescue team cannot get to them because the ground is too soft. So only way they can get to them is through jets. This is terrible. I can't imagine me sitting in watching Power, flicking the TV, and then boom, the earth split and my house going down. It's just too much. It's too much. The landslide is going on right now, amid COVID and everything else that's going on right now.
Split. So, what's that word?
Split.
Go ahead.
So,
amid. I love it every time you say
I'll
it.
say that.
Sure.
I'll say that every single time. So Rally for Justice is back, popping off. Rally for Justice for the jazz musician son. Remember, I told y'all yesterday, or was it Monday? I think it may have been yesterday. So Keon, he's a Grammy award-winning jazz musician who's played for everybody from Beyonce to Rihanna. And his son was attacked and wrongfully accused of stealing a cell phone from this white woman who's 22 years old from California, but this happened in New York. And so now they released the footage of her actually tackling him. Not them saying or not us hearing behind us, oh, let him go. Like, you know, we heard a little ruckus and we saw her launch. Child, they released the video. She is really like, I'm not gonna let him get away from my phone. Running, tackling him. Trying to really strong arm him. I was mortified. Kat Rodriguez, who is the young boy's mother, her as well as her husband, they got together. They doing a rally. They have an attorney, and they won assault charges and attempted robbery charges brought against this woman. Ding. Hello? Lock her up. Charge the hotel. Because this is the thing. Lock her up. Lock her up.
What we say
this
earlier.
This is my thing.
What we say earlier. If you don't have no consequences,
it's continue to happen. Exactly. So this is the thing. The hotel acknowledged that there was more that they could have done. If you saw the video, you saw that there was no de-escalation, but yet, had the black people got loud, I'm gonna be honest with you right now. Had the black people got loud and been like, oh, y'all, she got my phone, they'd have been like, sir, you need to calm down. You need to go. We're removing you. They would have forcefully removed a black person from this establishment. They allowed this woman to scream and holler and push and maneuver her way through security to get to this baby. He's 14. He's still a baby. Get to this baby and grab him, tackling him, tussling him. You know what? And I do not condone men to hit women. Now, had he had punched her, I wouldn't be mad. Had the father had grabbed her by the hair and slung her down the hallway, I still wouldn't be mad, because I would have done it if that was my child. And honestly, I'm more frustrated that they didn't do it. And how is the hotel people letting any of this happen? Like, I just probably was so hitting everybody. This is ridiculous. Like, something has to happen. So yes, I'm glad that no one got hurt. But we cannot undo the trauma that this young boy is going to go through. He's going through some trauma because he now has to answer questions. He has to be interviewed about his feelings and emotions about something that he could care less to happen to him ever in life, something that he don't deserve. At his age, I think we are making it the racism in America very prevalent to him, and he is attacked. In his mind, I am attacked. I'm attacked by every white person that sees me. I am now, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can't undo the mindset and the trauma of what's going on with this young fella. Now, so the flip side of this, little miss, I want to touch everybody's child and wrongfully accused little black boys. Once she found her phone, after she misplaced her phone, once she found the phone, her nor the hotel alerted this family, apologized or any of that. She actually spoke to CNN and told them she was the one that was attacked. No proof.
Wait,
nothing on camera.
She said what?
She called CNN and told them she was attacked. And they wonder why it's so many. This is immaterial. No, this is. She called, spoke with all the representatives of CNN and told them that she had been attacked.
You know what? It's crazy that this kind of stuff get through to CNN. I wonder how much stuff people done called in to. That makes me think about all the things like the real issues in communities that people call in that never see the light of day, never get a headline. They probably get faxes and phone calls and emails, and text messages and DMs all the time about real stuff. It's a lot to cover in the entire world, but it just made me think about the stuff that doesn't get through the cracks. But yet this woman falsely accusing, I was attacked, gets through the cracks. This is crazy.
She falsely, first of all, this is my whole thing. She falsely accused him first. I mean, she falsely accused him of attacking her, but she never. Okay, if he attacked me, why did he attack me? Explain to them why he attacked you. And he was over there minding his business on his cell phone at 14 years old, probably looking at TikTok videos. Why did he attack you? Should be the question. Why do you think he targeted you? And then we can go from there.
Yeah.
What reason? What reason would he have to attack you? Did he attack you because you said he had your phone? Yeah, he did. Okay. Did you have proof that he had your phone? No, I did not. Did you find your phone? Yes, I did. Where was it? I left it in the Uber driver. He brought it back to the hotel. Okay. So, were you belligerent with this young man? Yes, I was. Did you launch at him? Yes, I did. Did you touch him? Yes, I did. You going to jail. That's assault. In no form is this okay. This is a child with his father who can't do nothing because she's a woman and he's a man. But listen, that's my opinion. Those are your top stories going into 2021 right now. This is what's going on in America. Stimulus checks have already started to roll out as well. So you can be looking for changes within that and your unemployment and the small business loans for you business owners out there. Those are your top Swig from your girl Steph this morning. Merry New Year's Eve.
The New Year's show. It's our New Year's show. It's time to sit around the table, stir the coffee pot, grab our coffee mugs, and have a little coffee talk. A little bit of coffee talk for you guys today. What has Steph got in her glass? I wonder. It is champagne day. I ain't got nothing in my glass just yet. We still in the coffee. We still here. So our New Year's Eve show. It's okay for coffee talk. It's okay to be uncertain about 2021. There is a high level of uncertainty. People don't know, people want to make plans for, hey man, we're going to do this in April. I'm like, I don't know we're doing that in April. It's hard to plan for next year. But it's okay to be uncertain about 2021. But within that uncertainty, how are you approaching the uncertainty is a question. How's everybody approaching this uncertainty? What are the steps that you're taking to not, for one, kirk out, for not lose it? We talked about perspective earlier today. How are you approaching this uncertainty? I'll give you some tips on approaching uncertainty. And lastly, on the fun side, how to have an amazing social distance New Year's Eve. We'll put that out there. But we had some crazy moments. There was a bunch of crazy moments this year. And I was thinking about going through that today, a list of all the crazy moments of 2020. But I think each one of us have our own personal crazy moments, things that we saw that was like, wow, that's wild. So we'll probably put that list up. One of the things that's wild, though, to me, before I get into this uncertainty, is just being out and seeing everybody in these masks. Like the mask from the people that made money off these masks too. Shout out to y'all, but just going out and just looking around. Sometimes it's just wild to look out into the crowd and just see everyone with masks on their face. Just to see people in masks is just wild to me. I don't know. Just to grasp that, and it's something that you never thought you would ever see, man. You see something new all the time, but this is something that I was like, there's a bunch of things that I could have predicted. There's a bunch of things I'm like, yeah, I see that. Yeah, I can see that. Shout out to Rodney Perry. He said, I can see that. He has a bit that he talks about. I can see that. This is there are a bunch of things that I say I can see. This was one that I never in my wildest. Never in my wildest would I have seen. But anyway, it's okay to be uncertain, and how we're approaching uncertainty. According to patch.com, there's some, not patch.com, my bad, there's ericslighthouse.org, a blog out there about accepting uncertainty and ways to deal with uncertainty, which I thought was important to put out there today. We always want to give you a little nugget along with our fun. And the number one thing they put on that list, and Steph, I'll get you to chime in on this, but the number one thing on this list, evaluate your level of control. That was number one. And again, that goes back to what I was talking about, perspective. but evaluate your level of control, meaning control the things you can control. What are the things that you have control of, and what are the things that are totally out of your control? And if you can look at that, a lot of times that'll help you eat this whole pie that is life. You be like, wait a minute, let me check this little slice, the part that I got control of. As Steph talks about taking classes, and we talked about that this year. Preparing yourself, fortifying yourself. It says, find the small amounts in your life that you can use to empower yourself. We may be in new territory, but you can manage your life. The goal is for you to focus on what makes you feel empowered. Set daily goals every morning of what you want to accomplish and celebrate yourself when you achieve them. Sounds like perspective to me. What does it sound like to y'all? Sound like having some perspective there. Practice self-care after a loss. While we may not be dealing with a traditional loss, having our lives thrown in such uncertainty feels like we're grieving. That doesn't mean we don't take care of ourselves. Try setting up regular video calls with friends and family. Start a gratitude journal. Take the positivity pledge to take steps toward positive mental health. It's a lot in that. I'm gonna put this list up. Check your thought patterns. It's another thing we talk about on this show often. It's easy for us to lose ourselves in daily news cycle, Facebook feeds, or Twitter. Those sources may not be the best for our mental health. We should step back and think about our feelings and attitudes. Remove ourselves from current situations and find ways for us to be positive. You may not get to see your loved ones right now, but you can talk with them and know they are safe. That was one of the things for the holiday for Christmas. I thought it was very, very important that all the cousins and my aunts and all of us, we talked to each other, that we didn't get to see each other like normally. To make sure I called them, and man, the messages I got back from them, the people that I called, like the joy hearing me call them was warming for me, and just kind of made that day even better to me. You know what I mean? It made that day, like the void that I had for not seeing them was filled. Although I didn't see them, just talk to them and hearing that joy in their voice. So, and that's just for Christmas. I think for those of you that don't have like a pattern of how you call your family or how you call your friends, set that up. I got a rough pattern of how I call my mom and dad. I talk to my sisters. A rough pattern, because I don't always stick to it. I might call them 3 days in a row. But I have certain days where, like, let me call them. Let me make sure I talk to them. Let me call my sisters. All right, I done called one sister more than I called the other one. Let me swap it out. I need to call another one a little more often. So, but those things, I think, help with what we're talking about here. This uncertainty is, we create certainty in the things that we can control. Be in the present. To accomplish this, we all need to tap to our self-control tools such as mindfulness, meditation, and breathing. Steph talks about this all the time. The meditation, and sometimes she falls asleep. She talks about her meditation and breathing. Those of you that's into yoga, it's important we don't get ahead of ourselves and let stress take over. I have friends that I ask them about their stress levels. I have friends where I be like, yo, how's your stress level today? Like, I think because that's a different conversation than saying, how are you? Because we always be like, how you? And everybody be like, I'm good, I'm fine. That's just the normal, answer that people, I'm fine, I'm straight, I'm good. And I'm like, that's not real. So ask them, maybe if you ask a person another question, you'll get a different answer. You'll get a more real answer. Shout out to those that may ask me. They may ask me not, how are you? They'll be like, how's Jason? And so to receive that particular question, it makes me answer different. You're like, all right, so I know that you're asking me for real. You're not just saying how you. You're actually asking me where my mind is, my body, where's everything, where's my mental space. You're actually asking because you care. And so you get a different answer. Number 5 on this list is find your priorities. Again, we're talking about perspectives. This will be the trick of all of us as we move forward, reminding ourselves what is important. What do we want to accomplish and how we will manage it in this new world. Finding our priorities is about looking beyond today's frustration and challenges and finding opportunity. consider creating a vision board. I don't know. Some of you guys have been doing vision boards for the last 5-10 years, vision board parties. For some people, it works. For some of y'all, it's just a bunch of arts and crafts and paste on your fingers. Stop it. You need to do something else. That's for some of y'all. Some of y'all it's great. For the rest of y'all just want to sit around, cackle, and drink wine. And you know, there's some value in that too. But I don't know if you're taking the time to find the values in just that. And be like, you know what? The vision board ain't going to mean nothing to me, but getting with my girls to sit around and cut paper and drink wine, or getting with my fellas, or what have you. Because fellas don't do that too often. That's real. We don't. The vision board thing is mostly a woman thing, in my experience. But again, maybe fellas need to swap it out and do something. You ain't never done it. Maybe you need to swap it out. Maybe you do it this time. I don't know. Again, perspective. But Steph, I want you to bring you in on some of this, because this is I think this is a lot of this speaks to some things that you speak to. But again, we're talking about uncertainty, finding your way, and you're in mute now. Finding your way through the uncertainty, because that is, I know I've said this to people several times. They be like, yo, what's happening, or how things going? Like, hey man, just dealing with the uncertainty of today, and one day at a time, kind of pressing. Like right now, usually my first 2 quarters is like straight planned out. I be in there, but like right now, it's like it's there. I know it's coming. It's just, and I have some things in pencil, but you really don't know how it's gonna pan out. So that could be scary. That could be frustrating. That could be a lot of things if I allow it to be. But my goal is not to allow it to be that. So carry on. You had something to say. Go ahead.
So one of the things that I do know for sure is, like, when you're facing levels of uncertainty, you have to like believe in the best. And I know that sounds like cliche, just like, oh, believe in the best. Like, girl, that's not going to help me. Oh, but it will. But it will. Because it's easier to say, all right, things are uncertain, and then you go negative. This is going to happen. This going to happen. This going to happen. I got to prepare for this. I got to prepare for that. You're preparing for all the negatives. You're not spending enough time in the energy of the positives. And when you don't rest in the positive, but you spend too much time on the negatives, guess what? It's the law of attractions. That's what you're going to attract into whatever situation, or whatever it is that you're feeling, or whatever it is that you're going into. And I tell people all the time, like, sometimes, if you know it's coming, just know it's coming. Find other avenues to say, okay, well, this is going to happen. This is what I'm hoping happen. If it doesn't happen, that's fine. I'll go to something else, or I do something else, or I ask for help, or I'll, bring somebody else in on this business idea, or whatever the case may be. Like, you can pivot after that, but then you have to still, like I said, that fear of levels and uncertainty cannot be your driving force. Only driving force that uncertainty should have going towards, like, your goals and business and your job and things like that, is the fact that you don't want that to become your reality. Whatever it is that makes you so uncertain, I don't want that to become my reality. I don't want it to affect me in a way that I stop everything that I'm doing and that be my driving force of just that. That driving force is saying, okay, I don't want to be there. I don't want to be stuck. I don't want to be stagnant. I'm gonna do this. I gotta do this. I gotta do this the way that I know to do it. This is how I'm preparing for it. This is the idea, the execution, the goal. You got to put it into play yourself. Whether it's a small goal, it could be a very small goal, even something as far as just working out. You talked about meditation. Meditation is very important, y'all. When I first started meditating, I was falling asleep. Child, I had no clue. But it took years and years and years and years and years and years to figure out proper meditation and what it means to turn your mind off. Like, to turn it off and to say, all right, this is what I need to, like, erase everything from the day. Like, this day, it has not, served me well. But tomorrow, I want it to be better. I want to manifest greatness into my word. I want to manifest greatness into my life. I talk about manifestation a lot and meditating a lot because it's one of the things that like helped me to move forward. But and a person like me, child, all over the place. Environment was terrible. I wouldn't say terrible, but I had some traumatic experiences growing up, and they do kind of come out in relationships and the way I deal with certain issues and situations, as an adult. And I've learned to unlearn some things. That's why I always say unlearn some stuff, and then you can get to the good stuff, because the good stuff awaits you if you unlearn the ways that you were doing things that no longer served you. So that's what I say when I talk about manifesting and fighting your fears and not letting them get into the way. That. But then also uncertainty going into 2021, coming from 2020. Right now, be grateful. I know we all uncertain. We're uncertain in high places, low places, and all the places. Everybody is uncertain because we don't know exactly what's going to happen to us. Our families, our children, our mothers, our fathers, our friends, our family, our career, our house, our car. Like it's beyond the material at this point. But in the level, in the wake of uncertainty, I think we have to also do some self-reflection and say, okay, what am I? If we're coming out of this, how do I want to come out of it? And I'm uncertain about a lot of things, true enough, but that can't overcome me. I can't let that just overtake my life. So how am I going to come out of this? And that is the person that I want to become. And I'm determined to become that. So, we may be uncertain about a lot of things, but what are you certain about? And let that be more important than the level of uncertainty. I mean, you're entitled to be uncertain. I think we're all uncertain. Even the president is uncertain. Everybody's uncertain.
Well, we give him no love.
No, he's not. I'm talking about elect Biden.
Okay.
Let me be very clear. Elect Biden.
I think part of that is important. It's something that I'm learning to do better. I think it's important to talk about that, the uncertainty, what you're feeling, what you're thinking, and because you don't know, if you ask somebody that you could talk to about it, they may be able to be a sounding board and maybe give you something back to help you with that uncertainty. Like this is uncertain, and this is why I feel uncertain. And just somebody can be like, well, how about this and how about that? Maybe give you some suggestions or maybe fill in some gaps there for you that you didn't know that, and you may not even know you had that support. Mm-hmm. You having this conversation with somebody and they start talking back, and you be like, man, you might start feeling even better because you're like, I didn't even know I had this level of support. I didn't know I had support in this moment right here or in this section of my life. So, be like, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that I have that support. So now I can not worry about this and go over here and start thinking about this thing. So uncertainty is something that we
sometime this year about having like different people for different things. And some people would be there just to be a confidant. Some people would be there for emotional support. And some people would be, it's certain things that you have people into your life for, and you have to utilize it. Stop trying to carry so much yourself. The moment you realize you can't do it all, you'll be a whole lot better in life. I promise you will. I used to be that person who wanted to do everything by myself. Everything.
Still
I
am.
can handle this
still
by myself.
Is.
Yeah, I still is. But it's not as much. And not as much. I have learned that being transparent is my friend. And, me telling my story helps somebody else. So that's how I make that make sense to me. But, me just telling my testimony, me hoping that my testimony saves somebody else or give somebody else the courage to be able to step out and be the great person that they're supposed to be. I don't mind being that vessel of transparency.
So, speaking of uncertainty, what's one of the things that's uncertain is New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve, we talked about that earlier today. We said that New Year's Eve is COVID-19's dream. And for that reason, I told somebody this the other day online. They were asking a question. I can't remember what they were asking about an event. They was asking about something. And I was like, hey, not to be sarcastic, not to be a jerk. I was like, you can Google that. Like that particular thing, literally the question you're asking, you can put that in Google and there'll be a myriad of websites to pop up for something for you to read. When I tell y'all to do that, I'm not telling y'all to do that you have to do what you read verbatim. It's really just an idea source, an information source.
A tool. Yeah.
You know what I mean? You go out there and be like, I never thought about that. Well, I'm going to take this from that and this from that, and I'm going to create my thing, And so I think that's another way to get around some of the uncertainty and event uncertainty and your financial uncertainty, your industry uncertainty, because a lot of people are going to pivot out of the industry they're in because, lo and behold, you were in this industry and now things have changed so much and you're like, oh, wow, I didn't know this could happen. This could be taken away from me, or this is now obsolete. Kind of like CD manufacturers. CD manufacturers had to figure out something different. That's all they did at one time, and then all of a sudden they were gone. You're like, oh man, what am I do? And so you're not the only one that's ever gone through this, and it doesn't come from a pandemic. There's Patch.com is what I talked about earlier. It said 6 quarantine New Year's Eve ideas to ring in 2021, and one of them that's on this list, Steph, is something that I said when I said about cooking something or whatever you're gonna cook. On this list, number 5 was actually number 6 was make a festive dinner. Instead of ordering out, picking up some tasty grub from your favorite restaurant, whip up something delicious at home. So come up with a New Year's Eve menu. That's cool. That would be cool. Come up with a menu. Like, hey, this is what we're gonna eat tonight. Watch movies all night long. All night long. Catch up on a show, one of the shows you haven't watched.
I keep
Power
trying to do that with Power and
The Wire is out.
The who?
Snowfall. There's another one. The Wire is out. All seasons of The Wire is out on. I think Amazon Prime got those out there, so you can watch. You never watched The Wire, which I don't know. Go watch The Wire if you've never one of the greatest written shows of all time, and y'all love Michael B. Jordan.
I think so too.
Catch him as a little boy.
Oh, and shout out to him for 2020 as the sexiest man alive.
That's J-Boy. Watch all movies all night long. Number 4, make predictions for 2021. That's one. Make your 2021 predictions. These can be silly, serious, or sweet, but let's be honest, silly is funnier. Have each person who lives with you or anyone participating virtually make a prediction about one or more guests for 2021. Write down the predictions, and next year's New Year's Eve, when you ring in 2022, revisit the list. So, like, sit in a circle, or your friends get on the list, be like, listen, I'm going to make my 21 predictions for Steph. I'll make them for Johnny Weirdo. And then New Year's Eve next year, you go back and look at them. So put in some serious ones and put in some funny ones, and let's see what's gonna happen at the end of 2021. I got a couple. Steph, we gonna do this.
No!
Yeah, we're gonna do this. So you write down your predictions, and I'm gonna write down mine for you for 21.
Okay.
Number 3 is play a game. This is for you guys. These are ways to have a quarantine New Year. These are some ideas. Again, I'm just giving you ideas. Y'all don't have to do this, but you can take these ideas and expound upon them. Whether it's a game of bingo, Family Feud, or what have you, nothing says togetherness like a fun game. Want to make it competitive? Purchase online gift cards for the winner if you're the host. If you're hosting the event via Zoom, the platform also has lots of games to play. And that House Party was like that. We used to do that on House Party. That's another app you can get on, and you can play group games. You can get up to, I think, 6 or 8 people in a room. So that's a way to do it. Have a dance party. Here's one for the people out there. Have a dance party. Turn up the jams and let loose with the family or your friends online as you count down to midnight. If you have Amazon Alexas in your house, you can connect them all and play a tune across in the entire home, and now you got surround sound in your house. If you have them all over your house, you can just set them up, and now you got a dance party all over the house. You don't necessarily need to be anywhere.
Wait, I don't know how to set mine up. I got like 3 of them.
You don't know how to set them up? What do you mean?
I tried. I tried. I put the app on the phone with the thing with the thing. It just didn't do. So if I say, hey,
all you gotta do is
hi. She talk.
All you gotta do is push the circle button that is gonna turn orange. It's gonna find your Wi-Fi in your home. And
somebody
once you find
connected to the doggone
online.
Wi-Fi. I mean, connected the thing somewhere else before. So I don't know if it needs to be reset or reprogrammed. But my son
just go in the app. Yeah, just go in the app and select that device and see what Wi-Fi is connected to. It'll reconnect. It's not that hard. That's probably one of the most easier things to do in technology.
Okay.
Is set those up.
Right.
You just ain't got the patience. Lastly,
that was my last cry for somebody to help me.
Yeah, exactly. Lastly, host a virtual celebration. I saw that some people are doing that, so you can participate. If you go to Eventbrite now, on Eventbrite, the new option of 2021 is online events. So you might join somebody else's online event. Yeah, I know we got Clubhouse now, and everybody's excited about that. So there's probably some Clubhouse New Year's Eve events. Hey man, participate in it. Join a quarantine event for those of you who don't want to go out or at home taking care of family and friends. Those are the ways to do it. Find another way.
Are you guys doing from the living room?
From the club to the living room?
Y'all turning up with us tonight.
Yeah, unfortunately, we are not doing that one tonight. You would think it'd be right on time for us to do a New Year's Eve party, but we're not doing it.
I'm walking around in sequins and furs all day long.
In the crib, straight up. Pull up your fur coats. I want to see everybody that follows us, please put on the New Year's. This is a challenge, New Year's Eve challenge. Put on that dress that you would have wore out. Put on that outfit that you would have worn out. Take a picture and post it on your page and tag Swig on Instagram. Take a fly picture with a fur coat on by the fireplace. Do what it is that you do. Have fun.
I would love to see that because I know I ain't the only person that's crazy enough to just be doing it.
Yeah, have a photo shoot in the house. So, hey man, today's holiday is Make Up Your Mind Day. It's National Champagne Day. Of course, it's New Year's Eve or Old Year's Night. That's also called Old Year's Night. Those are some of y'all holidays for today. You got last goals of the year. Last goal of the year, Steph. Give me some goals.
Last goals of the year. You're going into 2021. Make it count. Make it count. Make this one your year. This is your year. You got some tools for 2020. Utilize them in 2021.
Here's another goal. Drop the S. Happy New Year this year. Oh yeah. Happy New Year. That's it. Or don't say it. There we go. We gotta get out of here. Today, do it big.
Enjoy the taste of life.
Take a drink. Take a sip. Take a swig. We out. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.